All right. Hello. If you hear me, let me know. Hello, hello. I've been talking for a minute, but I muted myself. So I'm now here. I'm now here, and I was listing everybody's names, but now I have to do it again because I forgot. Hello, hello. Let me see here. Scrub Kid, Cherry, Bronson Kim, Heartbreak, welcome, welcome. Dyphus, Iroll37, welcome back. Archmagister Hikaru, Nicholas Petticord, AJ Rivera, A Goose is Watching You. Spooky. Carbonaro, welcome back. I remember your name. Rosso, hello, hello. Nice seeing you here. Christian Martins. Who else? Nuggative. Nicholas Petticord. Did I already say your name? No, but welcome back. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know if this is your first time here. Sailing Master. Favorite RPG. Cypher System. Never heard of it. There's a lot of games I haven't heard, but we're trying to change that. The Phantom. Vampire Masquerade. Yes, I've heard so much about Vampire the Masquerade. I have not played it. Awesome, awesome. Jonathan Martinez, Sleepy. I'm melting? I'm sorry. Are you where do you live that you're melting? Taran Tatsuki, good evening. That one possum. Hi, Pawnee Boy. Hey, good to see you too. Boy, I'm excited. This has been a busy 24 hours because that video that I posted got way more views than I expected. I was expecting like 100 views, maybe 200 views. Usually announcement videos are very, quiet, and only the people who subscribe to you watch them. But boy howdy, lots of people saw it, and I wasn't ready. But this is the first live stream of the first TTRPG that I'm covering in the series called 99 More. 99 More is a very ambitious idea where I try to learn about 99 more tabletop RPGs. Now you might say, wait, hold on. Actually, you might say that's a lot. That is a lot. But if you've ever looked at itch.io, there are hundreds of tabletop RPGs out there. And if I scroll through Twitter just once or twice, I find 5 to 10 more new games. So there truly isn't a bottom to this list. And it'll take me a very, very long time to reach 99. Like, I could ballpark like one game a week, maybe. But that's not... that's if everything goes right? That's if everything goes right, which means maximum 52 games this year, 52 next year, 99 done. But if there's any delay at all, this will take longer than 2 years, possibly 3 years, possibly longer. I might be doing this for a very long time, and as I do, more and more games will come out, and this is all very overwhelming. So to everyone here, everyone listening, new or old, I know some of you guys I've seen plenty of times, so welcome back. And anyone who's new here, also, wow, thanks for being here, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. All of this is experimental. If you look at the stream, I still have like that scrolling Tasha's image. I haven't had time to replace it with anything else because it's only been 24 hours and I wasn't expecting the video to pop off as much as it did. But uh, if you have any questions about what's going on, what are the plans for the future, now is the time to talk about it, because once I load up the Ryuutama PDF, we're going right into it and we're learning more about it. So I'm going to go into the comments and see what you guys are saying. Let me see. Archmagister Hikaru, my favorite would be Starfinder by far. Such a great world. I'm guessing that's Pathfinder, but in space. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. Let's see here. Which is awesome. Everybody's been talking about Pathfinder as a thing to jump to. I'm not ready for that. That's a whole other system. I'll learn it slowly. I'll eventually know Pathfinder, but today's not that day. My favorite would be ATMA, because that is the only one I have played. I don't know what that is. ATMA. Is that a Atma? I don't know that one. I've never heard of it. This is my favorite cozy RPG. Yes, I'll talk about what I know about Ryuutama as we get into this, but not once I load up the PDF. Saw your video on the name change and all that, and here I am. Hi, Arvid. Welcome. Funny thing, for people listening, my name still says Wintry D&D, and there's a reason for that. Apparently, YouTube doesn't allow emojis in YouTube names anymore. They did when I made the name, but now they don't. So if I try to change it and get rid of the D&D, I have to get rid of the snowflake as well. And I kind of don't want to. But so I have to choose between keeping Wintry D&D with the snowflake or just Wintry and no symbols. And I don't know if I'm ready to lose the snowflake yet, because it's kind of like my favorite thing. So I'll figure that out. But on all other social media, I'm pretty sure I removed D&D because, you know, I'm branching out and stuff. Anyway. My favorite is probably, from Carbonara, my favorite is probably Changeling the Dreaming. Wish I had a group to play with. I've never heard of that either. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Other than that, Pathfinder. Cool. YouTube algorithm served it up to me earlier. Welcome, Taryn. Wonderful. That one possum, I found your channel through that video. Awesome. So many new faces. It's wild. Fallen Phoenix. Hey, welcome back, Fallen Phoenix. I see you. Hey, discovered you on your last video. Interested to see all the different systems. B2. Hi. Excited for 99 more. Thank you, Marine Artie. Favorite is a rather strong word. Yes, I know. Cthulhu did some research to introduce myself to Ryuutama, and I'm excited to be here along to read this with you. Yes, it is so exciting. Try one of the paranoia variants. I don't know what paranoia is. How many are there? I've heard of paranoia, but I don't know if there's a lot of different ones. Is that one game or multiple games? I feel like we better... let's see. I feel like it might be even better to spend some time trying some of the new games too. I'm so excited to play them. Will I get a chance to play them? We're going to find out soon enough. Wintry, could you take a look at DDA, Digimon Digital Adventures, and Pokemon Tabletop United? I have looked into PTU. I have not played it. I played some weird off-branch of Pokemon 5e, which was okay, and I don't know if I'm ready to play Pokemon as a TTRPG. I've tried it. Digimon Digital Adventures, I do have a friend who'd be very interested in that, but we'll find out. Take all the time you need. Are you going to do a scripted video for 99 RPGs, or is it going to be mostly streams like this? The dream, right? The dream is to do 99 scripted videos, because that would cover me for the next couple of years. I'm guaranteeing almost all of them will have some sort of stream just like this, because that's the easiest thing for me to make. Most of them will have shorts if I don't have time to make a scripted video, but I do want to kind of go in depth into why players like me, D&D players like me, would be interested in playing these different games. And that requires a script. That requires really going into depth, learning the system, and realizing what's its appeal and what makes it different, you know? Oh my gosh. I'm excited if you ever do the Avatar TTRPG. I have played at least 4 games of that, and I very much enjoy it. Let's see. What else? Adrian Rivera, my favorite is Ryuutama. That's wonderful. I'm so happy you're here. Good night, Joshua Walsh. My favorite TTRPG, not AMD&D's Fate Core. Still haven't heard of that. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's so many I don't know. Cyberpunk is pretty fun to me. Welcome, Aldo. Starfinder is a future Pathfinder. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Lancer. I have so many friends who love Lancer. I'm trying to get into it. I'm not big on sci-fi, but the system is so nice, and CompCon, the website, is just the most professional looking character creator site I've ever seen. Irvin Shadows is fantastic. Changeling the Wild. You're the second person to say Changeling is wild. That's cool. Swagmamite. Second person to say that. I will remember that now. Avatar is super cute. Love your content. Welcome, Gnarly, and thank you. Wave is wonderful. Big Eye, Small Mouth. Never heard of it. Interesting. Cool. Burning Wheel. Cool. Thank you guys for all these comments. What is Socialist Republic of Vietnam? Welcome, Vietnam, I guess. what is Ryuutama? Well, let's get into it. Let's figure out what in the world Ryuutama is, because that's what we're here for. Okay. So, Ryuutama. When I decided to start 99 TTRPGs, I needed kind of a middle ground between a famous RPG and one that is also a little bit obscure, but one that I am still a little bit familiar with. Now, I played one game of Ryuutama way back in the top of 2019, I want to say. Top of 2019, or end of 2018, I want to say. One of the people I played D&D with decided to run it as a one-shot, and it was wonderful and very cute. And I didn't read the rule book, but I certainly made a character, played about an hour of the game, and then that's it. Then that's all I got to experience of it. But I distinctly remember exactly its aesthetic, its energy, and I loved it so much that it's been on my mind for how long has it been now? 4 years. It's been 4 years since I played it, and I really want to figure out what the heck this game is really about. So, Ryuutama. We're going to learn and figure out what the heck this is. So let's jump to that PDF. Let's see, let's go here. Wonderful. Also, now that you guys are on the screen, you can see that my week's subscriber goal was 25 people. We got a little bit more than 25 people here. Just a little bit. Not too much more, but just a little bit. So thank you guys all for showing up for this wonderful stream. Let's get into this. Let's jump into Ryuutama. Now, before we do, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I want to pop out chat so I can see you guys while I'm doing this. Pop out chat. So I can watch you guys while I'm sorting through this. Can you guys see this? Perfect. Cool. So Ryuutama is available on their website. I bought this PDF today. I obviously don't have the original book, but the original book looks beautiful. The cover is amazing. Let me just zoom out on this just so you guys can see. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. And you'll immediately understand why this thing sticks out from literally everything else. Ryuutama is, I believe, a tabletop RPG that started or was written in Japan and then translated over to English around 2014, 2015. It's got this beautiful art, and we're going to read a little bit about what this is about. I got some music from Legend of Zelda because I figured it was appropriate, but let's see if we can dive into this. And we'll get to the mechanics. And anybody who knows Ryuutama, anybody who's played this before, feel free to talk in chat and educate people about what the heck this is about. Ryuutama, an original Japanese role-playing game of seasons, wonders, and journeys, originally created by Japanese designer Atsuhiro Okada and gorgeously illustrated by Ayako Nagamori. This is a game that combines excitement and peril of travel with the joys of discovering new places and meeting new people. Colloquially called Hayao Miyazaki's Oregon Trail. That's a combination of aesthetics. I remember Oregon Trail being especially brutal and Hayao Miyazaki especially not. Usually. The manga style art and world evokes the quality of slower paced, feel good or heartwarming anime. Where did I leave off? Anime that focuses on wonder, seasons, people, and travel. It's designed to be a game that people brand new to the role playing hobby could pick up and quickly learn, while at the same time being thoroughly enjoyable to seasoned players. This book represents the original Japanese game, painstakingly translated to English for a worldwide release. The great dragons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter spun the natural world into existence. The dragons of nature and weather developed the world further, creating the beautiful natural environments that make up the land. Now dragons watch over the land and the people who live and travel within it. The roads and paths are hazardous. The world is filled with monsters and the journey can be difficult. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Hear me out. There's a couple of things that I remember about this game in the very, very quick examples I was given when I made the character and played the game. 1, combat's pretty darn light. If you're looking for a dragon game that doesn't focus on fighting dragons, this is actually the perfect one. This game is, I believe, like at least 50% focused on exploration, like movement, traveling through the world, surviving, managing inventory and making sure that like you guys can get from one place to the next, because the destination is not really that important. It's kind of the journey getting there and everything you run into getting there. Fighting is kind of like an afterthought. It's kind of like something you do if you have to. So if you're looking for something that is not only easy to teach people, but also not very combat oriented, you might want to look into Ryuutama. And I'm about to show you why. This on the back, it says here, templates are, the characters you play are regular townspeople. Your item and gear system focuses on resource management. You need to, the number of people to play with is 2 to 6, and is based on the golden era of early Japanese console RPGs like Dragon Quest and the original Final Fantasy. This cover is kind of blurry, but the book itself is actually really nice and high quality. But if you want to buy this, kotohi.com. You can see that the age is aimed for 10 and older, and it sells for, I believe, $13 for the PDF, and currently out of stock for the hardcover, because one, that book looks beautiful, and two, people bought it for the holidays and it's gone. So let's jump into the actual book, and let me see, I go too far up. And let's learn more about Ryuutama. What the heck? This is so nice. Oh my gosh. I'm not used to like... Hear me out. And I hope you don't expect me to... I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. Give me a second. Oh, that's too much. How's this? Let me check stream. What in the world does that look like? Yeah, cool. Okay. Hear me out. I'm not going to be able to go through the whole... Oh, welcome, Prodet. Thank you for subscribing. I'm not going to be able to go through the whole book today. I hope you're not here expecting to go through the whole book. Oh, hello, Arvid Heidelberg. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. This book is, I believe, 200 pages, and there's no way I'm going to cover that in an hour stream. But I'm certain... Who is that spamming my chat with emojis? I can't... How dare? Who are you? Get out of here. Goodbye. I just want to give you a taste of what this looks like, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the week learning more about this game. But for you guys, I just want to give you a taste of what this game looks like. First of all, there's this beautiful opening art that has the dragons, and I'm gonna comment on these dragons because they're very, very important. And as you can tell, they're not equipped with like lightning breath and all that nonsense. We'll get to that. This is all just a very beautiful art piece. This is written by the people who... this was translated to English. It started off in Japanese, which is, a unique within the tabletop RPG world. I'm sure there's plenty that hasn't arrived in America quite yet because there hasn't been translators, but Ryuutama is kind of the poster child of Japanese tabletop RPGs as far as I know. You can get all this at kotohi.com. Beautiful. All right. Here... we have an opening page. This is just a 2-page spread. There's a magnificent tree, perhaps 10 feet tall. Layers upon layers of bright green leaves form a natural canopy overhead. This seems to be a perfect place to find respite from the rain, from the tail, the rainy season. There's a little dragon here. Wonderful. I'm going to make a little collage of everything I love about these books. And this little guy is absolutely going to make it. Let's keep going. All right. Travelers. So these are the kind of characters that you can design. And this is part of character creation. How so? Not entirely sure. We haven't even gotten to a table of contents yet, and this is before the table of contents. But you can see here that there's not necessarily like monk, paladin, ranger. They're not split up by the type of damage they can deal or what kind of fighter they are, but rather the tasks or the roles that they play within this moving caravan of people that you guys are traveling with. It could be a group of 2 people, it could be a group of 6. Everybody has their own talents, and they all need to be kind of active to make your way safely across the land. So with this perspective that this tabletop RPG is about the journey, you have to think about what are you contributing to the people around you. What is your talent and what is your niche? And you kind of build a story around that. But these are just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love this stuff. Let's talk about the minstrel is the first. The analog to bard. traveler among travelers. Their skills, we're going to learn what skills are, apparently. Well-traveled, knowledge of tradition, music. We're going to learn what that means soon enough. The merchant here, you could play as a whole merchant class. Oh, I love this art. What the heck? Oh my gosh. So good. Traveling tradespeople who exchange goods from various locales for gold and jewels. Merchants have skills that allow them to buy goods for cheap and sell them at a higher price. This might be important. The general gist I get of Ryuutama is that a lot of the things that we kind of handwave in D&D are like intensely focused on. So like what you eat at night, how you travel, what you travel through during the day, what are your travel conditions? Do you have to negotiate with people along the way? All of those little things that make exploration in D&D a little bit tedious. Here it's amplified and exemplifies as something that is crucially important to your group's prosperity, so to speak. Animal owner, trainer, well-spoken. Interesting. Hunter, cool. This is probably the person that helps you get through the forest without dying. Workers to make their living amongst nature, using wisdom and technology to bring down their prey. Hunters are able to find food in any land or climate while en route to their destination. That's probably really, really important. They can even eat monsters. Cool. And we got here to just skim real quick. We have healer with herbs. Cool. So I don't know yet if this is a magical game. I haven't figured that out yet, but it might be. Probably might be. But I haven't seen anyone inherently magical. The bard in D&D is magical, but I don't know about this thing. I do know there's dragons, so it's not a little bit fantasy, but if it's magical, I have yet to find out. You can play as a farmer. Oh my gosh, you could play as a farmer. How does a farmer play into like traveling games? I wonder. In order to procure their food, they've got to set out their hands in a number of different tasks. Give them practice with a single skill from another class. Interesting. So you kind of learn from others to be proficient. Wonderful. Animal owner side job. I'm noticing animal owner shows up twice. There's animal owner here and animal owner as well here. Animal owner trader. Yeah. So there's some overlap in other classes. Is this classes? What is this called again? Travelers. There's overlap in travelers. Artisan makes cool things. Nobles. No, nobles are not quite suited to the outdoor life and are not very good at traveling. LOL. So noble and artisan, and farmer, I guess you guys could find as backgrounds in D&D, and they're just kind of like a flavor thing, afterthought, but they seem to be crucially important in Ryuutama, seeming that they have a whole 2-page spread. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm guessing the traveling is to get somewhere they can farm, but I can't imagine that this game is just about farming, right? There's got to be a little bit more. Ryujin. Okay, so hear me out. I'm going to learn more about this in a little bit, right? But the Ryujin is the character that the game master plays. In D&D, you're kind of just a voice in the sky, the person that like narrates all of the NPCs. But the Ryujin in particular, in this game, is a guardian, I think is the best way to say. They watch over a certain group of travelers and make sure their adventure is safe and or fulfilling and or tumultuous, I think. I think depending on the Ryujin you pick, the adventure changes. So hear me out. You could pick what kind of dragon you play as, and I'm already... Oh my gosh, this one's beautiful. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. This one's so great. Oh my gosh, wow. And I'm not biased because it's blue. It's actually really nice looking. Cool. Midori Ryu. Tales of journeys, pilgrimages, adventure, exploration, and hope are the domain of the Green Ryujin. While their abilities might be thought of as plain, they're very versatile and thus a great default choice for a novice DM. So yeah, these dragons dictate what kind of game you're running. And I don't know what artifacts and benedictions are, but they sound cool. Aoryu. Tales of romance, friendship, heartwarming episodes of human drama, family, and animals all funnel under the purview of the Azure Ryujin. They have the powers to strengthen bonds between travelers and to reward kindness. This seems like a more roleplay heavy dragon, so to speak. Like if this is just generic traveling, this seems more role play or interconnection between the party. Kuronai Ryu. And by the way, I hope there are many videos on YouTube. There are many videos on YouTube that cover this game properly. If you're here to like learn how to play the game, you're probably in the wrong place. There's a video about that, hopefully coming soon. But this is just the experience of me reading this book and trying to figure out what the heck I've been missing out on. So, Kurenai Ryu. Interesting. Let's find out what that is. Tales of battle, war, growth, and experience. Monster hunting and dungeon exploration. Dungeon exploration. Under the Crimson Dragon. They have powers which aid the travelers in battle, as well as increase the chaos of the battlefield. Tale of the hero, tale of the challenge, tale of revival. Now, okay, so now I'm starting to guess that these are like story prompts, right? Tale of the hero, tale of the challenge, tale of revival. These are like examples of stories you could run for people depending on the dragon you've picked. And this seems to be a more combat-oriented story. If you pick the Kurenai Ryu as your game master character race, then your story is going to have a lot of fights in it. And the last one here is Kuro Ryu. Tales of conspiracy, betrayal, assassination, tragedy, corruption, and suspense. And the solving of mysteries all fall within the realm of stories the Black Ryujin controls. They have the power to grant dark pasts to the travelers and to twist hearts with dread. Oh my gosh. Tale of revenge, tale of guidance, tale of slaughter, tale of slaughter. In my wholesome dragon game, you can run. I'm going to zoom in because this is really... The Tale of Slaughter? This is like... So you know what this tells me? It says, okay, I know some of you guys play D&D. I know some of you guys are out there and want some blood. This is for you. This is for all the D&D players, The Tale of Slaughter. And some of you guys might like Red Dragon, but if you're interested in Black Dragon... boy, do we have the story for you. And I imagine people who know this game are laughing at me because they know something that I don't. But the wholesome Tale of Slaughter is definitely something that I would love to see run. Let's keep going and find out what the rest of this is. How to read this book. Important game terms are capitalized. Makes sense. Character ability scores are in brackets. Strength or dex. Cool. Skill checks are expressed with 2 ability scores within brackets. Any numbers that indicate the difficulty or target number, strength plus dex 7, means that a player rolls strength and dexterity dice together and succeed on a roll of 7 or higher. Interesting. So that in this game, skill checks require 2 stats that you roll together, and you have to hit a certain marker. So strength plus dex 7 means roll strength and dex dice at the same time, and they have to result in a 7 or higher. Now I'm assuming that means that the dice aren't D100s or D20s, because that would be a little too easy. And we already know about NDX, which is like 2d6, 2d8. We already know what this means because we're D&D players, most of us. And then D100 is obviously a 100-sided die or 2 10-sided die when rounding down. Wonderful. And this, I'm guessing, is... GMs have ultimate control. As in, the GM knows if they need to twist rules to make the story fit or smooth, go smooth, then the GM has the ultimate say in the rules. Wonderful. You should explain this and consider assigning the sextant artifact to their region. I'm guessing this is some critical plot point in whatever story you're writing. There are many situations that will come up not found in this rulebook. Good and bad of role-playing games is that the breadth of possibilities means that we cannot foresee all the players' actions. A GM in this situation can make the final determination, or better yet, come to a decision with the input of the whole group. Awesome. Look at this art. So this is what I mean, right? This is the premise of Ryuutama, right? There's these adventurers, and they're going on a quest, and they all have their different talents, different tasks, and the Ryujin, who is this person, is the person that makes sure that this adventure is fulfilling or follows a certain direction or has a certain energy, and they're kind of the guardian dragon, right? In this game, you don't really fight the dragons as far as I know, but they kind of watch over you, and this is like a very specific character that the game master has control over. And this is page 11. Wonderful. Okay, table of contents. We're going to look at this very briefly just to see what in the world we're covering. This explains the Ryujin and Travelers. Vocabulary, character creation, classes, and these are, I'm guessing, their classes. Party roles, level up items, weapons, and armor. I'm really curious about this one because I don't know how in-depth they go about weapons and armor. Apparently only one page. So there's magic. Oh, there is magic. Okay, so this is a magical world. How to read spell lists. Wow, there's spells. Incantation magic, spring, summer, fall, and winter magic. Okay, I have to know what this means. Can I click these to go there? Oh, I can. Oh my gosh, this PDF is so worth it. You can just click to. Oh, this looks also intense. This is a lot. Wait, this is a lot. Book of Summer, skill check rules. Oh, okay. Book of Summer. Book of Spring is like understanding the game. Book of Summer is more intense rules. Book of Autumn is directions for the GM, because I'm seeing playing a Ryujin here. Playing the Green, Azure, Crimson, and Black Dragons. Leveling up Ryujin, you can level up yourself. And then Book of Winter are the monsters, which I'm assuming are stat blocks. Cool. And they just casually have this really nice art right at the bottom. Neat. Okay. Let me go back to chat. It does use the D20 very rarely. Interesting. Winter's coming. Neko Goblins. Okay. So we're gonna skim this and maybe highlight what's interesting to us. Welcome to the world of Ryuutama, of natural fantasy RPG. I don't know what natural fantasy means. What does that mean? Natural fantasy. Vast expanse of wonders, nature and wonder of the changing seasons beckons the type of traveler. The world of Ryuutama was born of 4 dragons. 4 dragons reside over the whole creation, each representing one of 4 seasons, right? The 4 dragons deigned to breathe life into 20 more dragons. What? There's 20 more? And gift them with dominion over land and sky. These 20 dragons crafted the beautiful earth and begat the chaos of weather. So dragons are responsible of making the earth and bringing forth weather. The 4 dragons of the seasons, 20 dragons of the earth and sky were the beginning of all we know, and even now the world is protected by the majesty of the dragons. In this game, the players assume the role of travelers, those who have embarked on a journey through unknown lands. In this world, there exists an ancient custom. All men and women are expected to leave... Huh. This is... I don't know why what am I coloring this? Green. No, purple is what I think is interesting. Who cares? Who cares about the colors? Interesting. So this is kind of a rite of passage. In this setting, people are expected to travel. That's interesting. So so settling down is kind of like not necessarily frowned upon, but unusual. So these people are called travelers. Cool. Players choose a traveler from their 7 available choices. Though armed with sword and a little magic, the world can be a perilous place. Large expanses of uninhabited and unmapped land crawl with the monsters and inhabited dangers. So there's an implicit danger to places you're going. Terrain and inclement weather conspire to make the traveler's journey difficult. Will you make it to your destination safely? Do you have enough food or water? Are you completely sure that you remember to equip your sturdy boots and rain cape? See, no, look at this, right? See the sentence and think about if you'd ever read this in D&D, right? Like, do you have enough food and water? When was the last time you told your party or asked your party members, hey, do we have enough food and water? No, you buy that at the start of the game. You buy rations for a 2-week span and you never care about it again. But apparently it's a big deal here. And I'm understanding why they say Oregon Trail. I think in America, Oregon Trail is kind of a meme in terms of like people will die over the course of weeks. But I don't know if like this game is as intense or can be as intense. Like what if this game is like a hardcore survival game? Probably, right? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Proper preparation is essential to survive on the wilds, but one must not forget to take in the sights and sounds of the fantastic places you visit, nor should you ignore the beauty of the mercurial seasons. Love this word, by the way. The seasoned traveler knows to appreciate even the mundane scents and textures along the journey. Yeah, enjoy life. Makes sense. I think this... Okay, so in addition, there's someone watching over the travelers. That is the Ryujin, right? The character controlled by the game master. Like other tabletop RPGs, the game master, or GM for short, creates the scenario. Oh, someone subscribed. Who was that? Colby Boucher. Welcome, Colby Boucher. Boucher? I don't know. Tell me how to pronounce your name in chat. The game master creates the scenario and manages the play session. However, in Ryuutama, the GM also has a chance to participate with a special character of their own, which they have created. This is sick. It's like your own, like you say DMPC sometimes, right? A DM player character that appears in D&D every now and then. But this is like a proper person that has a very important role in the story. The Game Master becomes a Ryujin, which only 1001. 1001? Wow. They're the hidden caretakers of this world, whose aim is to create travelogues, I like this word, to feed the young seasonal dragons. Ryujin protect those travelers who have caught their eye and invite them to begin travelogues of their own. Using benedictions, there's another word we don't know, their power to create miracles. Oh, their power to create miracles. Ryujin often save their charges from peril, or conversely put them in a pickle. And so the Ryujin share with the seasonal dragons the travelogues they've recorded, the world becomes a richer place, and the Ryujin grows, and so the Ryujin spins another travelogue. Okay, so now we're coming on to the premise of this story, right? The Ryujin is one of 1,000 who take care of the world, and they make goals. They make travelogues, which are like stories of adventures, if I'm understanding this correctly, to feed young seasonal dragons. So these dragons feed on the power of stories, so to speak, the power of journeys, and they utilize travelers to make these travelogues, and these travelogues are kind of the day-to-day record of the adventures, of things that happen. So like Ryujin have powers called benedictions that make this story more dramatic, so to speak, or make it more lively or eventful, and how the travelers react leads to a more fulfilling or more in-depth travelogue, which they feed to these seasonal dragons, which grows the Ryujin, which gives them more powers to create another travelogue. Interesting. So it's kind of like travelers feed the world by fulfilling travelogues made by Ryujin. Interesting. Huh. So there's like a level of responsibility for everybody in terms of simply going on a journey and fulfilling this power that is necessary for growing the world or keeping it spinning. Which makes me wonder if that's probably why people who live at home or people who don't travel, like if we look over here, all men and women are expected to leave their hometown for an extended journey at least once in their lifetime, which means that the mythos of this world means that by traveling, you fulfill these travelogues, you are recognized by these Ryuutama, which are essentially the demigods of this world, and by traveling, you give back to the world the plentifulness that it gives to you. Interesting. And that's just kind of something accepted, something understood. Okay. There's one more thing in this world of Ryuutama. In this world, there's no official setting of towns, kingdoms, or even famous people. How are we supposed to play in a world with no setting? And the answer is this: create it yourselves, of course. To that end, rules to create your world are included. At the beginning of the game, everyone involved will get together to create the towns and environs. Environs? I've never heard of this word before. That will become the foundations of your journey. You should try making the towns and villages you'd like to travel by discussing it with your friends. Ryuutama begins with the creation of the world and the towns that populate it. Wow, this is cool. This world is the cosmos of a brand new egg. What does this mean? This world is the cosmos of a brand new egg. Since your imagination is the incubator for the egg, I'm sure a fabulous seasonal force is going to be born. Welcome to your own personal Ryuutama. Well, that's cool. Okay, so the premise of Ryuutama, if I'm understanding it, right? I haven't read into the mechanics of this game, and I'm sure that's real vibe and interesting, but to talk about what makes Ryuutama its own unique RPG, one is a heavy focus on traveling. more than combat, probably more than role play, is the ability to encounter different environments, different obstacles, and overcome them. You choose your type of traveler, which is like a role, and we saw that up here. Different types of travelers have different roles to make this journey successful. And the goal of this is to make a powerful travelogue. And the travelogue is used to feed the seasonal dragons. It empowers the Ryujin who makes these journeys powerful. And there's a whole culture in this world that has yet to exist because there's no official towns or villages. There's a whole culture in this world to cultivate it through your journeys. The sheer power of storytelling makes the world more vibrant. Sick. That's so cool. And it starts off with a collaborative effort with your friends to make the world and make it exist. So like sometimes in D&D the story comes with this pre-built world with pre-built NPCs and towns and cities and all that, and you just kind of throw yourself into it. But here it's kind of like encouraging you to tell your friends, hey, you guys tell me what towns and cities are here, and we'll go from there, which is super neat. And that's only page 15. Cool. Do we need these guys? Do we need to know what TRPGs is? Table talk. Wow, I've never heard of table talk. I use tabletop, right? Table talk, as they're known in Japan, are a type of game that can be enjoyed by 2 or more players. This is all stuff we know. TTRPGs differ from normal games in that there is no machine involved. This feels like a little bit of shade after this past couple of weeks. Who subscribed? Oh, I'm going to miss it. Anon Moose, welcome. And the Lord Justice also subscribed. Welcome to Lord Justice. The LRD Justice. Cool. Okay, awesome. Welcome. So good to see you. There's no machine. So you don't need any fancy computer or website or AI to help you sort out this world. From the description of scenery to the advancement of story, including the characters, everything is narrated by a participant who takes the role of game master. Yes, we know this. Yes, we know this. And if you don't, welcome to a channel all about it. Table talk. I like this. I don't know why it's called tabletop nowadays, but yeah, this is something we understand. However, video game RPGs are limited by their flexibility and cannot offer the ranges choices available to a TTRPG player. The appeal, as you guys know, of tabletop RPGs is that the possibilities are truly infinite within the span of one's imagination. As long as you can dream it, you can achieve it. And video games can't do that. So, wonderful stuff. To put it simply, it's just make-believe. True. Yeah, this is great. I like this. This is I would probably save this and just send it to people who don't know what tabletop RPGs are. And this would probably explain it really well. I like this. About travelers. Okay. So here we're going to talk about why in the world you'd actually go on an adventure. As the kingdoms of man spread throughout the world of Ryuutama, various cultures and traditions emerged, resulting in a range of disparate customs, even languages. A common thread unites these communities together. The journey. Again, the journey is super duper important. Every man and woman is expected to leave their home to experience nature and the world at large. Peasants, citizens, kind-hearted, all embark on the same odyssey. The first aspect of human culture carries such an importance that a traveler need not fret about their home, the tilling of land, or even their job. As the traveler undertakes their journey, her family, community, and country are expected to protect her assets. Each traveler can expect each human settlement to share a culture that will support them on their trip. Wait, that's so great. So part of the culture of this game is that it is so ridiculously important that you go on this journey, so ingrained in society, that everybody will make sure that you can. That's good. I'm sure there's some stories where that's not the case. I'm sure there's some like the what do you call it? The black dragon over here. Black dragon friend over here. The Tale of Slaughter. Probably in the Tale of Slaughter you don't have the support system. But what kind of world would this be if you could just embark on a journey and then the community will just take care of your assets until you come back. So why would you embark? Not everybody embarks on their journey for the same reason. Some are called by the beauty of nature. Others long to once again come face to face with a certain someone. Some are reaching for a rare or elusive item, and other travelers take to the roads the way migratory birds take to the skies. Legendary king of an ancient kingdom is said to have suddenly announced, well, it looks like this traveling season, and abruptly left his kingdom to embark on his journey. Journeys can last a year or two, with most travelers returning home after satisfying their curiosity and otherwise completing their starting goal. Some people find they never again want to leave the road, while others opt to make repeat travels, though these additional journeys are not officially supported by the community the way the first journey is. Oh, that's so funny. So, you're like, okay, everybody gets one. We protect your assets one time for one journey, but if you come back and want to leave again, we're not paying for it. That's very funny. Although each traveler embarks on their journey at a different stage in life for different reasons, heads for different lands, they all strive to make their most of the time on their road. That's cozy. That's so cozy. Golly, the traveler lifestyle. Okay, I kind of want to get to mechanics, but let's keep going. I do want to figure out what this is about. Just as the frontiers and beyond beckon, monsters timid and horrific. The smart traveler knows to wear appropriate gear as she travels. High key, something really interesting to me is the pronoun she. Usually when you type these out, they always go like they or he, but you know, assuming the traveler's a she is a nice little change. The traveler with a knack for survival knows to prepare enough water and food lest they perish by the roadside. Monsters pose a constant threat as human settlements spread and encroach on the frontier, just to keep monster population in check. Oh, so this is kind of like the way they incorporate combat into this. Your goal of monster extermination. Sometimes it is necessary to keep monsters from intruding on human habitation. Some monsters are best left alone. And the concept of the party is here. When you need more than a few travelers to go together for collective safety and collective wisdom. Neat. And there's also jobs. Yeah, this explains how you can take odd jobs along the way to make sure you can pay for your travel. There's a notice board in town inns to carry out jobs. Cool. Okay. And this is the Ryujin. This is the explanation of the Ryujin, the alter ego of the game master. And I want to see like... So the Ryujin are not dragons. They usually appear as beautiful humans with dragon wings and horns. They are known to take the form of animals, plants, or even ordinary humans. They make their abodes in lands far away from human civilization. The Ryujin might build their lair within the sleeping shrine at the bottom of the ocean. While they're in the confines of their demesne. Alright, 5 points to anybody in chat who can tell me what demesne is. Once they leave, that form becomes vague and indistinct to most humans and other living things. Given time, the Ryujin can learn the gift of transformation. So the seasonal dragons are the 4 seasonal dragons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and the Ryujin connected to them because the seasonal dragons made the world. The seasonal dragons are the dragons responsible for the creation of the world, but compared to the nearly eternal lifespan of a dragon, they are still very young. The seasonal dragons have an eternity of growth before them. Interesting. So the seasonal dragons, even though they've created the world, they're still considered young within the mythos of dragons. And the jobs of the Ryuutama, the jobs of the Ryujin, are to feed these seasonal dragons who've created the world travelogues that are travelogues from the deeds of travelers, and they grow the seasonal dragons. Oh, sick. And as the seasonal dragons grow, the world too becomes brighter and more colorful. The form of the seasonal dragons of the world itself depends on the travelogues, types of travelogues consumed. Oh, sick. So, for example, if you're going on a spring adventure with your party, right? You're going on a spring adventure. The goal is to feed the spring dragon with tales of adventure. And we know that these dragons, we go up here, these dragons like certain things, like Tale of the Journey, Tale of Nostalgia, Tales of the Traveler's Journal. So if you're trying to feed the spring dragon, I think this is the spring dragon. If you're trying to feed the spring dragon, you got to tell them these sorts of tales. And once the travelogue is completed and you give it to the dragon, the world changes. Oh, that's sick. So like if you tell a deeply compelling story, and it kind of centers around, say, a certain type of fruit or a certain type of tree, or the conquering of a certain monster, then the world shifts based on the story you tell. And if this travelogue is kind of sour, if it's bad, if it's evil, if it's if it's discomforting, then the world will reflect that. And it's in the traveler's best interest to prepare the best possible travelogues for these eternally growing seasonal dragons. Oh gosh, that's such a cool concept. So could you imagine you finish your adventure, right? You finish your adventure, the travelogue is completed, the Ryujin feeds it to the dragon, and you see the world change around you based on what you've accomplished. Like the road before you is truly paved with the journeys that you take. Whoa. Whoa, that's sick. And it's so funny, hold up. And we know like adventure is nice, right? But where is it? Oh my gosh, where are you? This one. There's a winter dragon. Are you winter dragon? Someone who knows. Is this winter dragon? They feed on... Oh wait, no, these are the Ryujin. The Ryujin feeds certain stories to the seasonal dragons, and they like tales of revenge, of guidance, and of slaughter. So this is Ryujin's goal. This game master's goal is to simply tell a story of revenge, of guidance, and of slaughter, to feed dragons, to feed the seasonal dragons that they know about these different tales. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So they actively try to make sad, evil stories because the seasonal dragons need depth. They can't just be given good stories. They have to be given important stories. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. And this is stories of victory, of triumph. These guys feed the seasonal dragons with tales of battle, war, growth, and experience. Interesting. And I'm assuming if the seasonal dragon is fed this, they provide accolades to victory. Tale of the hero, tale of the challenge, tale of revival. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So each of these dragons are important because you can't just feed the seasonal dragons happy stories. There have to be sad stories, intense stories, dramatic stories to make a world. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, I'm dwelling too long on the mythos rather than the mechanics. This is my stuff, right? This is so sick. The concept that you can change the world. The concept that Ryujins are in charge of feeding these dragons that have created the world, like demigods feeding gods, the stories of the people living upon the world that the gods created, is such a fun dynamic, and really adds a layer of depth to the Ryujin, who's the DM's character. I'm trying to wrap my head around like the concept of this, and it's so cool. Huh. So like start thinking about like, yeah, okay. Let's start thinking about what kind of stories you can tell. What if you have like a sadistic Ryujin? What if you have like a Ryujin that doesn't care about the story, or one that wants to twist the story in certain ways? Or like they pick a part of travelers that's relatively happy, but they're looking for a travelogue of drama or of strife, and they'll purposely inflict strife or drama onto this very happy party to feed the dragons of these tales. Oh, that's so sick. Wow. Okay, I'll keep moving because I know you guys want to see more of this, but that is so fun. Oh my, I'm absolutely gonna highlight that. Yeah, what I understood from when I played that one time is that Ryujin don't like directly contact the party too often. They meet them like once or twice, but like not overtly. They kind of guide them quietly. Rumors even to mischievous Ryujin that annoy travelers with their tricks. To these end, they have 3 special powers. Okay, these are words that I wanted to understand. Artifacts, power to influence natural laws of the world. This is like plot twists, right? Benedictions that have miraculous powers, travelers creating a travelogue, and reveal, which allows the region to exert some some of their life energy to change into a substantial form. Right. So this is the ability to twist the world. This is the ability to empower the travelers or influence the travelers, and this is the ability to shapeshift. And obviously we've heard many tales of like gods and demigods shapeshifting to meet the party and be these important players in the story. Oh, this would be really cool if you, like, as a GM, you transform into something and meet the party, but you don't tell the party that you're actually the Ryujin, and it's kind of your way of influencing them without them being meta privy to what you're trying to do. Interesting. Cool. This is some little lore. Nice. That's just nice. That's sick. Okay, so there's a little first of all, there's a little comic explaining the journey here. Little comic explaining the journey and combat. Okay. So, for example, this is the start of now we know all the terms, right? This is the journey, the start of the journey. Everybody's prepping. This is the obstacles that they have to overcome. These are the combat. Oh, these monsters. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're like Tabaxi. Catfolk. And this is a language to know. And are they fighting like treants here? Or is this just the guy that missed? Oh no, he hopped off the tree to fight. Okay. And this is the Ryujin watching in the background. Oh, that's so great. So like, oh, they're always there. There's always a Ryujin here. Wow, that's so cute. You're just watching over the story as it happens. Let's see if we can find the Ryujin in this one. There they are. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. I'm getting familiar with the terminology. Okay, so here is what this is kind of the prep your players to play this game. Get to know what sort of game Ryuutama is to read the rulebook. That's what we're doing. Prepare the game, character creation, get the materials, which is just dice and writing stuff. Gather your party, discuss everybody's roles, introduce your characters, and create the town that becomes the destination. Interesting. So you focus on what the destination is when you create the town. Cool. Traveling rules. Determine how good or bad you feel that day. Condition check. Are you able to travel without getting hurt? Travel check. Are you able to find your way without getting lost? Direction check. And are you able to spend the night safely without incident? Camping check. So this is like a single day. Condition to see how well you're starting off. See if you can travel safely. See if you know where you're going. And see if you can camp the night. And you just got, that's a cyclical thing. And encounters. What happens if I don't feel well? Status effects. Monster encounters combat rules. And if you're in a town, you can there are shopping rules. And facilities. And animals. Things you can do to make your trip comfortable. Make use of your skills, skill type, items. Oops. Items, healing herbs, magic. Add up. Okay, they use experience. Upon your completion of your journey, add up your experience and level up to level up. Player's role is to have a single character, follow the rules, cooperate. Awesome. I'm really curious if this is like how the different travelers play into this. Because I'm imagining this one is like the ranger. Right? This is the ranger. This is the healer. And yeah, there's a couple of the travelers up here, right? Yeah, healer, farmer, minstrel, merchant, hunter. I wonder what the minstrel does. Oh, is that a subscriber? Let me see. Hi, Timeframe 00 and George Hoffman. Welcome. Cool. Welcome to the stream. So, we know the premise. We know what travelers are. We know what Ryujin are. And this is the instructions for the GM on how to write a game. Perfect. Awesome. Vocabulary. We know this. Player. Game master. They use game master in this. Nice. Player character. NPC. Party. Sheet. All words we know. We know these words. And apparently they use all the dice. They don't use D20s. Right? Am I mistaken? if it hurts if you step on it, so be careful. Truth. Each die face looks like a drop of water. Each face is like a pentagon. Oh, here's the d20. Okay, we know what dice are. Scenario, check, critical, fumble. Oh, crits and fumbles. Critical is when both dice rolled during a check show sixes, or both dice rolled to the highest result. A d4 and a d8 result in a 4 and 8. A critical always results in spectacular success. Fumbles. Fumbles occur when both dice rolled during a check show ones. Fumble always results in a terrible failure. Oh, so this is like a 1 and 1. I'm curious. What are the roll? What are the dice? These are the dice you roll all the time. I guess we'll get to it. However, all members of the party receive a fumble point. Oh wow! So everybody gets a fumble point if you fail. Don't know what that means yet. Spring. And the book is decided is split up into books of spring. Cool. Character creation. Okay. I think. Yeah. Let's get into character creation. And then after that, you tell me what you want to see or what you want to know about this book, and I'll roll into it. But I want to do I want to look into character creation, and I want to just understand how travel works. Choose class. These are recommended for new players. Cool. And these are more experienced players. Good to know. Farmer is more experienced? Interesting. Choosing class determines the skills available. Next, the player should determine their character's type. Each type is adept at handling certain kinds of danger that the PCs might come across as danger. Interesting. So this is kind of like the role of your party role. So this is attack, technical, which in D&D would be like expertise, I guess. Or no, it'd just be the mental stats. And then magic is magic. So you could pick any of these classes here. So you could be like an attack minstrel or technical farmer or magic hunter. Am I understanding that correctly? And you got to make sure you cover all three of these whenever you assemble your party. Interesting. Okay. So we got class, we got type, starting scores. Okay, so this is interesting. Starting ability scores are numbers that represent the physical and mental statistics. They are represented as 4 values: strength, dex, int, and spirit. Huh. So no con, no no whiz, no charisma, simply spirit. These are called stats. Each ability score is expressed with an even number from 4 to 12. 4, 6, 8, 10, or 12. Starting scores may not be above 8 and must be either 4, 6, or 8. Higher number, the better the ability. Furthermore, the value of each score determines the type of dice that will be rolled when the stat comes into play. For example, a character with strength 6 will roll a 6-sided die. Oh. When a strength check is called for. To determine a character's ability scores, choose one of the following 3 sets of numbers and arrange them as you like. Oh, so these are the... These are, what is it? Standard array, basically. These are basically the standard arrays of Ryuutama. So each of your 4 ability scores gets one of these 4 numbers, and you choose which set you'd like. So if you want to be really good at 2 things and really bad at 2 things, you can pick this. And obviously these all add up to 24 as a total. Interesting. Do you think certain classes care about certain stats, or is it tied more to your type? Yep. Strength is physical power, dex is speed and nimbleness, intelligence is judgment, thought, and memory. It's kind of int and whiz here. Yeah, intelligence is int and whiz here. And then spirit is your focus, bravery, and strength of conviction. So this is like constitution and charisma. And this is like intelligence and wisdom. And strength and dex is the same. Cool. Oh, and now we're getting into specifics. Okay, so strength applies to your hit points. Your max HP is strength times 2. If you reduce to 0, you're knocked unconscious. Any damage that reduces the character's HP below 0 has a chance to cause character death. There's rules of fainting. Brutal. Huh. Mental points, force of will. This is for magic and concentration. Characters MP falls to 0, they fall unconscious. Oh wait, huh? So hit points, if you're reduced to 0, you're knocked unconscious. But if you also run out of MP, you also fall unconscious. Wild. What the heck? Thank you for everyone telling me what Demesne means. I didn't realize that everybody knows what this means. I'm so blank on this. That's so funny. Thank you. Let's see. In carrying capacity, strength +3, which makes sense. And spirit is your magic stat. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of getting the gist of this. I feel like I'm getting a hang into this. Choose your mastered weapon. So everybody gets a weapon. Sick, and there's 5 weapons. Oh, what? There's a lot of weapons. Wait. 1 of 5 weapons. Light blade, polearm, axe, bow, and then unarmed is something else. Got it. Everyone can do unarmed. During combat, attacking with a weapon that is not a character's master weapon will reduce the character's HP by 1. Huh. You sacrifice HP by 1 to attack with a weapon that's not your own. This is caused by the exertion of using a weapon that the character is not used to. Oh, whoa. Look at this. Look at this, guys. So, this is interesting. So, every weapon, so light blade has a number of weapons that fall into this character category, and you kind of choose the aesthetic of the weapon you want. To hit is 2 stats, so dex plus int plus 1. So imagine you have a 6 and an 8. 6 plus 8 plus 1 is 15. The damage is just your intelligence minus 1. So low damage, clearly, and then accuracy is I'm guessing you roll these dice. So you roll your dex die, which could be a d6, and you roll your int die, which could be a d8. Add those together and plus 1. Interesting. But the damage is guaranteed to be small because it's your intelligence minus 1. Huh. So this is basically somebody who wants to be physically good and mentally good at the same time. And if you want to use a weapon that uses both stats, you have to sacrifice damage. As opposed to someone who fully indexes into physical stats, your weapon does straight up strength. Cool. And it's one-handed. This does a little bit more. Same thing, but two-handed. And I'm guessing there's a caveat to not having a hand free. I'm guessing two-handed comes with a penalty that one-handed doesn't. If you just want to go full strength, strength plus strength minus 1. Yeah, this is somebody who only indexed into strength and doesn't have something to pair with it. Cool concept. And int dex minus 2. Wow, the penalty on accuracy on long-range weapons is obvious. So this is a long-range weapon, I'm guessing. Because I know the battlefield has both ranged and melee options, and then damage is dex. Can attack from long range but poor accuracy, two-handed. Unarmed is just this minus 2, guaranteeing that you do very little damage. Got it. Cool. Okay. You have a personal item. Next, choose for your character a small item they would have an emotional bond with. This would be something the character would have on them at all times. Neat. Unlock a token. Okay, and the rest is character details, which are pretty standard. Picnic rules. Picnic rules. Oh. This is neat. Okay, so cool. This is neat. So these rules are for people who are new to the game or much younger and don't want to, think too hard about what weapons they're using. This is a simplified version of the weapon system. You ignore item size, you ignore durability, you ignore rules for concentration. All weapons use strength plus dex and strength for damage rolls. Food and water is automatically refilled, so there's no need for shopping. So they call it picnic mode because it's really easy. There's always food and water, and it never runs out. It's very funny. So yeah, if you're playing this game with like your 8-year-old cousin and you really didn't want them to focus on the nitty-gritty of of traveling, then this is good. Okay. Cool. Classes. Skills. This is so thorough. I'm starting to realize that, like, this game is so different from, not deliriously different from D&D, right? A lot of these words carry over, and a lot of these ideas are very similar, but there's a level of depth to it the more you go into it. So these are skills. This is a minstrel. Minstrels are like dancers and musicians. So the skill. So this is the name. Skill effect +1 to journey checks. Oh, we remember the journey checks means. Oh wow. Oh, so well traveled is really good, because remember there's 4 checks. There's travel, direction, there's camping, and there's camping. No. Travel, direction, camping, and waking up to ash and dust. No, where is that? Condition checks. Oh, okay, condition checks. So well traveled means you get a +1 to all of those checks all throughout the day, which sounds really good because you're traveling all the time. Out of tradition, under circumstances. You get more information about the songs you see and hear. Anytime you come across something interesting, int + int. And music. And music has this long effect. Skill effect. Give all party members +1 bonus to the next roll. Critical +3 bonus. Fumble any condition of 6 or less. Gain the high 6 status effect. Usable when suitable area. Okay, so this is without any context about the rest of the game, right? There's a lot you can read in from just reading this. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Okay. Let's look at this. First of all, usable within a suitable area. Usable within a suitable area gives you those ranger vibes. Remember those ranger rules? Favored terrain that nobody cares about in D&D, and we all consider it bad because it never gets used. Apparently, suitable area means that the terrain you're in matters a lot. There's a terrain or weather type. Terrain types and weather types affect the current conditions of what you're traveling through. And apparently you can only play certain songs with this ability. Certain songs suit certain areas and give your party certain benefits based on what area you're in, which is great. It says you can't play the desert rumba if you come from the grasslands, you know? Most of the scenario, you can choose one terrain or weather type you're currently traveling through and gain it as a song. Oh. So you pick up a song based on the terrain you're traveling through. That's actually really cool. Like you listen to the rain, you find a song within it, or the whistling of the winds during rain is a song you can pick up. Give all your party members +1 to the next roll. Critical +3. And it increases with condition of 6. So condition is probably your health, right? Condition is probably your health. Or like how well you're doing during the day. We remember the condition roll is the roll you make when you wake up. So depending on how low your condition is, you might not benefit as well from these things. And each use reduces the minstrel's HP by 1. I'm noticing that when you use skills, you actually have HP reductions, or you spend HP to use certain skills, like using a weapon that you're not used to, or apparently playing music. It lowers your HP. So HPs come more like stamina in this. And while you might lose HP in combat, you might also use it by just having a busy day. Cool. Okay. I'm actually running in low on time on this one. But I do want to show you. Oh, look how beautiful this is. Every single one of these has this JRPG-esque art to it. So Minstrel has these abilities. It looks like the Minstrel's talents are just being well-traveled and understanding everything around you, being able to communicate well with knowledge of tradition, and being able to bolster your allies through music. The Merchant. There's negotiation checks, which I'm guessing use your intelligence, if I'm not mistaken. Intelligence negotiation is intelligence plus spirit. Always gets a +1. So +1 to negotiation checks. You can have an animal. Oh, there's so many rules. There's more rules to animals. Wonderful. And there's trader. And trader, look at this. There's merchant rules. Oh my gosh. Where's Indestructible Boy? There's merchant rules. Trader, usable, sir. Cool. So it's the ability to barter. So I'm guessing, well, I understand that shopping is very important in this game, but if you expect to be traveling through towns and learning things and trying to buy things from people and getting resources that you need to survive, it's so useful to have a merchant because you have good negotiation and you have good trading. Cool. Hunters, I'm assuming, are focused on tracking. Yes, right here. The ability to find monsters' location. Cool. So you could track monsters. This is basically the ranger from D&D, right? The ability to harvest. Oh, sick. Is there a system for harvesting in this? That'd be sick. Dex plus int. I'm noticing that a lot of these special checks, like tracking animals, use 2 stats. And then hunting is hunting. And you can collect rations depending on your hunting check. Oh, sick. Okay, cool. And it has this wonderful art. I see you, solid snake. Can't hide from me. Whoa, that's a big fish. Healers, healing, first aid, herb gathering. I think a lot of this is self-explanatory. If you need somebody, if you're expecting to have an adventure run by a black Ryujin, you probably want a healer somewhere in the mix. Let's see, farmers. I can't get over how farmers is an actual class here, especially in a traveling party. What do? Your body is sturdy, +1 to condition checks, +3 to carrying capacity. Oh, sick. That's probably really useful. So if you have a good merchant, they probably love farmers because you could just carry so much. Animal owner and side job. This is like expertise. This is like magical secrets. When you choose a farmer class, choose a single skill from any other class that requires a skill check. You may use that skill as if you are a member of that class. However, you aren't as practiced as a person of that class, and you always receive a -1 penalty to the check. So you can learn anything, but you're not as good as them. Yeah, I can see why this would be for more advanced players, because they're more familiar with all the choices out there. And an artisan. Good at taking materials from a monster, good at crafting things, and then good at fixing things. Cool. I feel like this is also very niche. I feel like, yeah. If you're really into crafting. I know in D&D, crafting is kind of thrown to the wayside. There's people subscribing and I can't keep up. Or who are you guys? Oh my gosh, I need to find your name. Someone, get me to the... Oh, I missed it. If you just subscribed, let me know. I see QWERTY Toner. But if you just subscribed and you arrived here for the first time, welcome. Oh my gosh. I've never had this many subscription pings in a single chat. That's wild. But yes, look at this art. Oh my gosh. She's ready to beat somebody up. She's got a hammer right here. This guy's just a cobbler. He's just working on shoes. Yes, this is so good. Noble. So in all these very useful classes and all these practical hardy village people classes, there's just the noble, the straight up I'm rich and that's my superpower. So I need to know what these guys are about. Etiquette. So I'm assuming you guys have good etiquette check. Is etiquette different from negotiation? I'm guessing so. I'm curious about how many different checks there are. Refined education. You have the ability to memorize something. Yeah, the ability to know history. So to be the supreme talent of having an education. That's what this is. And then weapons grace. So nobles are good at weapons. Reading books and talking to people. I guess that's useful. Okay. And there's obviously stories about the noble who goes on a journey and learns about the meaning of life and all that. Okay. This is magic. Am I ready to do this? Magic is split into 2 styles. Seasonal magic. I think this category is going to be the last thing I cover because I have a pretty good grip of what this game is like. And I just kind of want to know how their magic system works. Seasonal magic and incantation magic. As a level more powerful, their effects magic become. They receive, if a traveler chooses a magic type, they receive a grimoire which holds their incantations. If a Traveler then records its first 2 incantation spells within, and you lose it if you lose your book. Tough luck. So you get spells passively as you level. Very wizardy. And as you level higher, so level 4 gets mid-level, level 7 gets high level. I wonder what the maximum level cap of this game is. But it seems like it would probably finish around level 10 if level 7 or higher is high magic. Interesting. And it requires seasonal magic. You have to pick one of the 4 seasons and you're stuck to that season for the rest. I'm guessing there's a spell list somewhere in there. Oh, look at these comics. Now these are party rolls. Oh, wow. Okay. So, party rolls is not class. It's not type. It's your actual like role in the party. So leader. Oh, so this is more like, this is not, there's no stats attached to this. This is kind of like who in your group of friends who does what. So the leader is the person that makes the final decision. They're in charge of keeping track of initiative and turn order during battle. Oh, that's cool. You kind of have one of your players keep track of combat order rather than the GM keeping track of it. And they make the last word on things. This is just like a good GM tip. Just have like, if you want to assign somebody as the leader, some games really favor this, to have somebody have the last word, someone you can rely on to kind of resolve very complex situations. Mappers are people who keep track of where you're going. Responsible for direction check and traveling check. And the character having high int. So it still does matter what the character you're playing still should have a high int. Quartermaster is somebody with an animal. They're in charge of inventory, and then journal keeper keeps track of what's going on in the game. I'm guessing as like an in and out of character travel log. Cool. This is leveling up. Wow. Okay. Oh gosh, this book is in depth. This is page 61. We made it through 60 pages. But there's still 140 pages more. Animal companions. General items. Healing herbs. Magic. Magic rules. Invoking magic. Spell lists. Oh, and these are the spells. Wow. Okay. All right. I want to read one high level spell. This low and mid. This is what's high. All right. Okay. This one immediately speaks to me. What is this? This is a black dragon spell, I'm sure. Bloodbath blades. Summon countless magical spinning blades that slash through the air. All characters and all monsters take damage equal to their int plus spirit. Whoa. The caster alone is unaffected by this spell. Oh, your int plus spirit. So you roll this. Okay, I was going to say, I thought it was based on theirs. This is so funny. War meta field. This feels like... It feels like someone designed a very calm traveling journey game. Like true Yukon Trail, Oregon Trail style. But there was someone in the development party who's like, wait, we need super cool magic. And they made up War Metafield Rainbow Drop Bridge. Creates a rainbow bridge. Dragon sign. Oh, this is cool. This is like sending. Brightly lit signal. Only one person can be made visible only to one person if the caster wishes. The Anywhere Cottage creates a cottage large enough for 7 people. Yeah, this is full high fantasy. If you ever have a magic caster, I'm guessing there's actually, you know what? I think there's probably campaigns out there in Ryuutama that very specifically don't allow magic types to keep it more realistic fantasy. Because if you specifically ignore magic type, then you knock out probably 90% of the magic in this game. Dragon Banquet. This is Hero's Feast. Love that. And Replica. Wow. Okay. All right. That was fun. And there's a whole lot of other stuff here too. Summer magic. Oh wait, fall and winter magic. All right, the last one we're gonna read is 7 fortune. Oh, absolute zero clock. Wait. Whoa. Absolute zero clock. Hold on. The caster phrases time around her, gaining 1d4 extra round during which only she may act. The caster may use this time to only to cast magic. Wait, this is time stop. This is time stop. wait. There was a spell I want. 7. I need to know what 7 fortune frigate does, and this is the last thing we're gonna read. A treasure-laden boat bearing 7 legendary heroes. Wait, this is a spell. A treasure-laden boat bearing 7 legendary heroes arrives from the east to bless the caster and his companions. While the spell lasts, any character that is blessed turns any fumbles into criticals. Roll a d8 to see what class is blessed. If a class is blessed but the party lacks the characters of that class, the heroes bless nobody and leave disappointed. Wow. A boat arrives from the mystical lands of Arcana. Heed my call, says the heroes. We come to bear blessings upon the party hunter. Would the party hunter please accept their boons? And a party with a farmer, a healer, and a noble say, hey, we kind of forgot our hunter in the last town. And the 7 legendary heroes on this boat say, never mind. They disappear. I love that. That's so funny. Like, and to send you guys off as I close out this stream, let's read this inspirational quote. Life deteriorates on a white canvas, plunged into icy grief. Thank you for listening to this stream of oh, look at this art. This is so cute. Oh, it's like winter. It's like Wiv. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Wow, what a symbol. This is symbolic, guys. It's that channel. This is gonna end up somewhere in the video. Thank you guys for watching. This is the first of 99 live streams. Oh my gosh, what did I sign up for? This is the first of 99 live streams to cover tabletop RPGs not named D&D. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're still here, thanks for staying. Really appreciate it. Oh, wow, the numbers stayed pretty much the same all the way through. Nice seeing you guys, and I appreciate you guys just watching all this whole video. So sick. No, wait, there's 100 people watching this? There's 100 people here. Hold on, what? Guys, there's 100 people watching this stream. Oh my gosh. My screen was frozen on like 60. I thought I was talking to 60 people this whole time. There's 100 of you? Oh my gosh. Hi 100 people. Thanks for tuning in to my I don't know, my numbers say 100. Oh my god. Thanks for tuning into this stream. This has been an hour 30 of me just reading a TTRPG I have not read before. Oh gosh, I'm awestruck. That was more than I was expecting. These streams usually get like 10 people. If you have any suggestions on what tabletop RPG I should cover next, leave it in the comments of anything, I guess, of my previous video or of this live stream or any of my community posts. There's a running list I'm making. It's very long at this point. I'm specifically looking for like a very short one. If you can find like a designer, an indie designer who has like a very obscure RPG that has some ridiculous premise, something just absurd, and maybe is like 5 pages long, I'd totally read that for like a whole hour and just brainstorm what kind of stories can be told. This is one of the bigger ones, and I'll tackle big ones like Chaosium and Blade in the Dark and Pathfinder eventually. All those big ones obviously will take a very long time to read. For these comm streams, just send me something cool, and I'll reach out. If it's small enough, I'll reach out to the actual designer or writer and see if I can get a comment on the book itself or the game itself, and I think that'd be really fun. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Wow. Lancer is the exact opposite of this. Yes, sure is. Sure is. Check out Ryuutama. Ryuutama is like 10 years old by now. It's a very fun game. I've played it once before, and this is my first time reading the book. For all of you who've played D&D before, this is a nice change of pace. For all of you guys who are coming in and hearing about this for the first time, the premise of this story is so interesting. The mythos of travelers feeding the stories that feed the dragons that created the world is such a foundation that you could totally play into that. But thank you again for tuning in. It's time to go to sleep, fam. It's time to go to sleep. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for anybody who subbed during the stream and anybody who subbed literally today. Let's do this again sometime. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. Have a good night and goodbye.